the Zoom room and head over to the National Weather Service where we have another member of the vaccination, Mr. Landon Aydlett. Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing fine. How about you?
Doing fine. I'm doing all right. It's another beautiful start to the work week. Nothing
Hmm.
too exciting to speak of, but y'all were talking about the COVID all in the last several minutes of the broadcast, and
Hmm.
I did get my shot last week right after the World Meteorological Day. And the only
Right.
thing more complicated than saying World Meteorological Day is spelling that out multiple times in emails. But yeah, this was Tuesday afternoon. I
There
was
you
getting my
go.
shot, and if you look closely at my face, you just see the look of utter despair. Just how bad is it going to be? What are the side effects? But it really wasn't that bad. And if you see that little blue thing on my shirt, that's a
Hmm.
little pin that the clinic gave me in support of World Meteorological Day. So
Nice.
they were celebrating with me. The clinic over there where I got the shot, they
Hmm.
were Weather Ready Nation ambassadors. So they're also great supporters of ours. And also from the governor's office, we did have this beautiful um, proclamation.
Hmm.
This is the proclamation that we had for World Meteorological Day, and they gave us this great display folder. So this will go up in our office. But it was a great day to memorialize World Meteorological Day and basically recognize the efforts of the National Weather Service and all of our sister offices across the region in Micronesia, American Samoa, and also Pacific Region headquarters in Hawaii. We also had a lot of our partners from Guam, Homeland Security, Saipan, and
Hmm.
other agencies. So it was great to celebrate the day with a lot of our collaborators in this weather and warning community. So thanks to everybody that was a part of that last week. Weather-wise, let me flip over to my other computer over here. Ah, not much going on. It's a lot of the same as we continue through our dry season. Of course, Guam's right there inside the red box. That's the Guam area of responsibility. It's not much going on in this region. If you look off to our northeast, there are some showers and thunderstorms. That's with the upper level trough that's going to keep off to our east, and that's going to propagate generally toward Wake Island, which is on the far end of the frame over here. Stronger winds to the north, moderate winds to the south across the Mariana Islands. And we're going to see these winds continue at least for the next couple of days. Not much change. That's going to be good for our fire weather threat as we remain at a high fire danger. So as long as the winds stay down, that threat won't increase too substantially. But as we have more days of no rainfall, that fire threat inherently will increase. Going to the water vapor imagery, this again shows the water vapor or the moisture content in the atmosphere. The yellows are dry, and the blues are where you have that moist atmosphere, the moist tropical climate. And that's still to our south with yellow conditions or yellow atmospheric moisture across the Mariana Islands. Just spotty showers. If you got up early this morning, you might have seen a little bit of showers out there. My car about 4 o'clock this morning had a thin glaze of water up there. Nothing too exciting. And that's going to be the rule of thumb, at least for the next 24 hours. But we could see more showers coming in tonight. This is another lens, so to speak, of the Japanese Himawari satellite showing a different color scheme and analysis of what's out there. This helps us see those low level cloud plumes, where the moisture is. So where you see these yellows, those are low level clouds moving across the island, trade wind clouds. The bigger, brighter yellows and the greens, those are more indicative of light showers. And we saw that bloop come right across Dededo Jigo this morning, and a bigger cluster come across southern Guam, where they probably had a few more showers, Maritzo, Telefofo, Yamatic, and then on up toward Agate. And that's really all to speak of this morning. So go to the slides, Jason. We'll slip right through these. So the headlines, not much to speak of. You go to our webpage, no current alerts or hazards in effect for Guam, Sinai, or any of Micronesia outside of the drought conditions. There is a moderate risk of rip currents for Guam and the Sinai along east-facing reefs. The fire danger remains high. Currently, there are no watches or red flag warnings at this time, and that's more or less because our winds have been lighter over the last 12 to 24 hours, and that's going to be the case through the next several days. Drought conditions for Guam and CMI, abnormally dry to moderate drought. For Micronesia, we do have the extreme drought continuing for Kabinga-Maringi in southern Pohnpei State and Wache and the Marshall Islands, and moderate drought for Kwajalein and the Marshall Islands. The next slide, Jason, moving right along. Current conditions, northeast to east winds at 10 miles per hour with partly cloudy skies and a few showers. These are just pop in, get things a little damp or a little bit wet, and they move right off to the west. Current temperature, 79 degrees and climbing. The records for today in history was 92 degrees set in 1964 and 70 degrees for a low in 1990. Weather-wise, we are remarkably average. Normal conditions, 86 and 76. And I had a professor at North Carolina State University saying the only abnormal weather is when you're average. And our temperatures are pretty stable, mainly because we have that maritime temperature climate across the region. We're a small island in the midst of a vast ocean. That keeps our temperatures more moderate. So yesterday we had a high of 87 and a low of 76. No rain was measured yesterday. And since January 1st, 7 3/4 of an inch of rain. We're just about average for rain for the month. Right now at 2.66 inches for the month, and average for this time is 2.56. So we're not doing too bad. So it's not too severely dry for us, but it's not abundantly wet. And that's seasonal. So the U.S. Drought Monitor, this is the current conditions. Not much change since last week. We will be updating the drought information statement at the end of this week. And we don't see too much change for the region. Still Kapinga-Maringi and the extreme drought conditions, as well as Wache and the Marshall Islands. And the polar orbiting scatterometry showing the winds at the surface. Moderate trade winds across Guam and Sinai with stronger winds to the north. That's going to be part of the catalyst to generate a few more showers. It looks like the models are pinging more showers to the north, particularly Tinian and Saipan, and fewer showers for Guam and Rota, at least through tonight, through Tuesday night. And that's really not saying too much as far as shower potential, but we'll get to that in the outlook coming up next. The sea conditions combined seas are 4 to 6 feet. The Retidian buoy douche does show that the seas have been a bit higher than model guidance, right about 6.5 feet overnight, whereas the models were showing about 5 feet. That's possibly because of a short pulse in larger swell from the stronger winds just north of Saipan and Tinian, generates those waves that do come down towards our area. So we're going to see combined seas of 4 to 6 feet at least through tonight, and they'll gradually decline the next couple of days, bottoming out about 3 to 5 feet by midweek. And this is all generally an east-northeast trade wind swell. So for the week ahead, today mostly sunny with isolated showers, winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and combined seas of 4 to 6 feet. Over the water, east at 10 to 15 knots. The surf will be moderate rip risk along east-facing reefs at 5 to 7 feet. This is all going to be subsiding as we go toward midweek. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight through Tuesday night. Scattered showers, more or less, for Tinian and Saipan to our north, but we could see a little bit of an uptick in showers for Guam and Rota. But again, this is not going to be a substantial amount of showers, so to speak. Showers will decrease again by midweek. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming light and variable on Wednesday. Now, there are some indications that we could have a little bit of an island effect Wednesday and Thursday with the lighter winds. We'll be watching that. I think the winds will be just enough to keep any possible convection displaced to our west and offshore. So we're not going to have one of those classic island convective events where we have showers and thunderstorms pop up right over the island, causing a lot of rain. I don't think that's going to be this week. Combined seas falling to 3 and 5 feet by Wednesday, and the weekend looks great this weekend for Easter Sunday, partly cloudy with isolated light showers. Combined seas 4 to 5 feet and east winds around 10 miles per hour. And that's all I got for today. And I will say, again, Easter Sunday looks pretty good. And living back in the States in North Carolina, I always like Easter because that was where we have a lot of variability in the weather. You have spring trying to creep in, and then winter says, not yet. So we've had some pretty good thunderstorm outbreaks in the East Coast in Easter's past. I remember sitting out in the church parking lot before Easter Sunday night service and seeing the showers and thunderstorms come in, trees gusting in the winds. It was phenomenal. So for us, not bad.
All right. Thanks a lot, Landon.
Yeah, I hope you find the golden egg, my friend.
Yes, y'all have a great week.
Take
You
it
too.
easy. Okay, see you there. Landon Aydlett of the National Weather Service. We do that every Monday, and then if there's any weather event that happens during the week, he's always on a standby to jump on. So 7:09, we'll take a quick break, and Jason Salas coming back with a great segment with our friends from AK next right here on The Link. Good morning.